As I was watching Project Hail Mary, I thought a few times, I wonder what Andy Weir thinks of this. Yes, I read the book, but I'm diverse enough to watch a movie on its own merits and make an educated judgment upon it as if a viewer who hadn't read the book, but I read the book. Which gives me insight that the non-book readers don't have, of course. So, I wonder what Andy thinks of it, the author of the story. If you've ever read it, he put a lot of effort into the science of his story. Do I think it was a great story? No, but it's a far, far cry from a bad one. And the science is what fails in Project Hail Mary, the movie. Even at 2 hours and 36 minutes, it can't seem to pull away from goofy scenes to let the viewers in on some of the science of what's going on. The stakes involved, the difficulty involved. The directors and the screen adapter wants to focus more on the non-mental aspect of the story. The directors want to focus on the goofy, funny, quirky, bumbling idiot bits that they portrayed Dr. Grace as. Yes, in the book he is goofy and exasperated by what's going on a bit too much, and to be honest, I found it one of the negatives of the book. But in the movie, they try to make it the focal point. Then, his interaction with the alien, Rocky, you can see coming a mile away by the setup. The book doesn't do this. It's a slow, methodic, and respectful growing of a relationship. In the movie, and I understand they have to cut things out, it happens so quickly that it's improbable. It's a standard movie trope to set you up to get the feels in the end. We all do it. But at 2.5 hour runtime, cut all the funny scenes out, or at least half of them, and let the audience in on what is happening. I never got the feel or sense of urgency of the situation that the human race and the aliens race are in. The movie just tells you this is going to happen. The majority of the movie hopes on the funny and the rushed relationship with Dr. Grace and the alien Rocky to be enough to fool the audience that this is a great feat of movie making. I mean, it could have been just a fish in a bowl that he learns to communicate with to figure out how to keep the oceans from drying up or something. And at 2.5 hours, it still feels rushed. You still don't know anything really about the alien creature. And another thing, when he sees him, when he knows that he's looking at an alien for the first time a human being has seen an alien, he just like, okay, well, I saw an alien today. In the movie, they force him to go into space and take the mission to save Earth. In the book, and I know I'm not supposed to be comparing it to the book, but in the book, all it's needed is for Eva Stratt to tell Dr. Grace about her history major in college and how the world has evolved because of food, and that the lack of food will make the human race savage and suffer from starvation like it had in the past before the Industrial Revolution. It's a good speech in the book. So why did they write it out and make it look like Dr. Grace was a coward and forced to go? Overall, it's a pretty good movie. All the actors did well. Gosling went out of his normal shtick and showed emotion that touched me even though I knew what the movie was trying to do. I didn't like Andy Weir's first novel and film adaptation, The Martian. My wife loved it though. But I think that director and crew would have done a better job with Project Hail Mary. Base it in the science and the peril, then pepper in the humor and the heartfelt stuff. It makes more of an impact and leaves the viewers with something to remember. More so than 30 minutes of, look at the quirkiness of two different species getting along. It's funny, but it's not memorable. And they had something here that they could have made memorable. I'm not a fan of voiceovers, but this movie would have benefited from a few voiceover lines to inform the viewer of what's going on. He does this in the movie with a handheld camcorder that he's, filming himself with. But he's just talking about Rocky and how goofy Rocky is, and oh, Rocky can hear me, and why? Why don't you use those moments for voiceovers to explain Astrophage and what it's doing and how it's doing it and the science of how Rocky is made and what he breathes, his atmosphere. You don't get any of that in the movie. They just say, yeah, he can't breathe in our atmosphere, and we're just supposed to take it. But on the positive, it looked fantastic. The alien Rocky looked exactly how I thought he would look from the book. Dr. Strat looked and acted like I thought she would. The planet Adrian is a marvel to behold on screen, in my opinion. You can just sit there and look at it. If we go by the standard 5-star rating, Anti-Affable gives it a 3.7 stars. But I bet it will do well, because most movies are trash these days. And this movie is not great, but it's not trash. Another positive thing about the movie is it could happen. I felt like the setup could happen, but it doesn't go enough, in my opinion, into the science of it for the audience to understand what's going on. They just tell you that it's happening. But they don't use global warming or a pandemic or any of that other crap that they say is going to hurt the Earth, that they've been saying is going to hurt the Earth for the past 30 years. And it never happened. Now it's climate change, but it was global warming. When I was a boy, it was global cooling. They can't make up their mind because it's not good science. Andy Weir does a great job of making it science. I believe this could happen in the world. But if you want a movie to go see, and I would say go see this, because of all the movies coming out, this looks to be one of the better ones. It's a great date movie. One, because it has heart. It really does. And it does make you laugh. Is it overdone? Yeah. Is the heartfelt stuff forced on you a little bit? Yeah. But it's a good date movie. So I say go give it a watch. But I wonder what Andy Weir thinks of it. Is it his Project Hail Mary or a Project Fail Mary?